is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the so-called Gaj Kesari Yoga, the conjunction of Jupiter and Moon. But we will try to go a little bit deeper into it because previously I have also made a video on the conjunction of Jupiter and Moon, but I did not get deeper into it. That how the result will vary if you will find this combination to be in different zodiac signs. So in this video, we will try to cover that. And like the way I always have a backstory to support for the topics which I pick. So today the transiting moon is conjunct with Jupiter, and you know that Jupiter moon conjunction even in the transit is a very uplifting time, and moreover it is a Thursday as well here, a day connected with Jupiter. So I thought we can have a discussion on this, and I wanted to add some yellow in my wardrobe. So if my pullover is looking very bright and it is pinching in your eyes, so sorry for that, just bear with me. So yes guys, now we will have our discussion in one of the kingly combination or best combination as per me, because guys it hardly matters whether you are working as on a minimum wage or you are making hell lot of money, whether you have a bad health or you are in the best state of your health. This is a kind of combination which keeps your mind very uplifted, very optimistic, and you have this capacity to look at the brighter things in the life, to connect with something which is very greater, because a lot of the people in the world, they are only surrounded and overwhelmed by the daily necessities of the life, paying the bills, taking care of children, and that is how they age and they die. But when it comes down to all those people who elevate and achieve something extraordinary, which is very transcendental, then over there planet Jupiter and its influence over your moon plays a very significant role. Now why I say this thing? So guys, it's very simple. Moon is a very impressionable planet, and if there is something which can define your personality, that has got more to do with the moon and influence on the moon. Like the way we say this thing that you have to study your chart from the ascendant, you have to study the transit from the ascendant. That is all because ascendant tells about the concrete aspect of your life, but when we talk about the perceived reality, whatever is happening, the same situation might be happening in the lives of three people, but how they are perceiving and acting on it, that is dependent on how their chart function and how their chart look from the moon sign. So yes guys, this is what moon is. It is a very impressionable planet. It represents your emotions, your thinking pattern, your feelings, your personality. And Jupiter. Now Jupiter on the other hand represents all the good ethics and good qualities, virtues which are found in the world. Jupiter represents expansion, benevolence, your faith, and all those qualities of forgiveness, compassion. And like the way I always say this thing that whatsoever good deeds we do, first it touches our chart, the house where Jupiter is placed. Whenever you go for any pilgrimage, you keep any fasting, you go to church, you go to temple, you go to mosque, you do your prayers, where it first touches you, impacts you, where your Jupiter is placed in the chart. So because of that, and we all know that Jupiter not only it has got additional aspect like 5th aspect, 9th aspect, but also it is the significator of so many houses in our chart as well. And Jupiter is also seen as a provider, like when we talk about husband, we talk about your children, success, growth, prosperity. So Jupiter plays a very important role, and if this planet is surrounded or it is close to your moon. So guys, over here, because the eligibility of the Gaj Kesari Yoga is that moon has to be in a angular placement from the Jupiter. But here I'm not talking about whether moon is placed like 4th from it, 7th from it, or 10th from it. Here I simply mean if both Jupiter and moon are conjunct and placed in the same house. And let's say for example, even if the house has got shifted, but degree wise they are within 5 degrees away from each other or close to each other, then I would say this thing that this conjunction will give you good results. So yes guys, now after understanding about the impact of the results of this conjunction, now we will dig deeper and we will try to add some more layers of zodiac sign. Like the way I always say this thing, planet represents energy. Zodiac sign gives you the answer of how that energy will manifest, the theme, the style, and the house represents where that energy will manifest. And most importantly is the zodiac sign, which kind of gives you this idea that if the grace and the blessing is coming in your life, in which way it is coming, how you are kind of perceiving it, that we get to know, and this is where the zodiac sign will play its role. So guys, let's say for example, if you have this conjunction of Jupiter and Moon in the Aries sign, so definitely guys, Aries is a sign. And there's one more thing which I want to add over here, that when it comes down to Jupiter and Moon, the conjunction to study becomes more easier compared to other conjunction, because both of these two planets belongs to the same family. Like you can even divide planets in two categories as well. In one category you can put Saturn, Mercury, Venus and Rahu, which is one group of friends, and in other category you can place Jupiter, Sun, Moon, Mars, even Ketu. So that is the only reason that the signs where Moon is going to be comfortable, there's a high possibility that Jupiter is also going to be comfortable over there as well. But guys, over here this video is not about predictive part or planet giving good or bad results. Over here we're just trying to understand that if optimism is something which this conjunction represents, inspiration, higher thinking is something which this conjunction represent, how you will channelize it, how you will perceive it. So guys, if you have this combination in the Aries sign, so definitely guys, Aries is a very headstrong energy. Whatsoever we have to do, we have to be very proactive while acting on it. And guys, the good part about the Aries native is that they also have this capacity to unconditionally help people, to become a spokesperson, become an advocate of something for a very big cause as well. So if this conjunction is working out in a constructive way, first of all the wisdom, all the inspiration, all the goodness of the planet Jupiter, your Moon is going to be very quick, and it's going to be very strongly like it will be able to perceive it very strongly. So the absorbent quality of the Moon will work out very strongly in this conjunction. Second thing is that, like the way we have come across lot many people who become an advocate of theology, of faith, of religion, this is also a very supportive combination of that as well. With this combination you can also spread the good teachings and wisdom in the world as well. Regarding that front, it is a good combination. And lastly guys, because Jupiter represents people who are connected with theology, with religious institution, law, philosophy and all, so this is a good combination. In all of these capacity, it will work out in its favor. The good part is that even God forbid, even if any crisis is gonna come or happen in the life of the native, the capacity to bounce back with this conjunction is going to be very strong. But like the way guys, you know this thing that Aries is a sign where there is a lot of the your willfulness, your hard work, dedication, quick thinking and acting on it is involved. So this is how this combination will work out for the native. So if, like the way for example, a lot many times what happens is that I still remember I have been going to the satsang, the preaching, even when I was like in 10th grade, 11th grade. And when you go to that like a place of preaching, a lot many times people come there with good intention. Either they start dozing off, they fall asleep, or they listen to the good teachings. When they come back home, they forget everything, back to their own old self. But this is a kind of a combination where if you will give something good piece of wisdom, blessing or teaching to someone, you will try to inculcate some good virtue, native will act on it as well, very proactively. So it is a good combination. Now guys, when we talk about the Jupiter and the Moon conjunction taking place in the Taurus sign, so guys, definitely over here Moon is going to be exalted. So the good part of this combination, like the way I always say this thing, a well placed, a strengthened Moon is very ripe, like a ripe fruit. It means it is very filled with too much of the emotions, feelings, impressionability. So with this combination, definitely your artistic and creative talents are going to be very strong. You can definitely become a medium for the divine grace, like whatsoever the divine wants to get done through you. You could be a very successful medium. Now what do I mean by that? Like, because definitely guys, a lot many times you should not resist any change, because universe always has a bigger and greater and good plan for us. No matter how intelligent you become, sometimes surrendering to the divine will becomes very important. And this is a kind of a conjunction which will make native kind of surrender to the divine will. Regarding that front, it is a good combination. Now guys, the good part with this conjunction is that in the Taurus, I mean to say that it is not only gonna work in a constructive way, on a religious, on a philosophical way, but also in a material realm as well. If this conjunction is taking place in some very good house, like let's say for example you are a Cancer Lagna and you have this combination in the 11th house where Jupiter becomes a very important planet for you, your 9th house lord, and Moon is your ascendant lord, and if this conjunction is taking place in your 11th house, this is one of the kingly combination. Nothing could be better than that. So I would say this thing that definitely guys, for channelizing divine grace, doing something in the fields of theology, in the fields of religion, philosophy, training, teaching, this is a very good combination. And that degree and sense of contentment with the life, like the way when I started this video I mentioned this thing over there. When we talk about Jupiter and Moon conjunction, you have this capacity to forgive, you are very compassionate, and it hardly matters whether you are living on a minimum wage, whether you have good health, bad health, you always have a way to look at the brighter things in the life. So regarding that front as well, like I can assure you, this combination will grant someone a good personality, a likable personality, around which people want to be around that person. Moving ahead guys, now if you have a Jupiter Moon conjunction in the Gemini sign, so definitely guys, this is a kind of a combination which, when we talk about the intellectual curiosity, mental stimulation, learning any new hobby, learning any new skill, native is going to be very proactive over there. Again guys, see, you can only be a good listener, you can only be a good student if there is a surrender and faith in the higher powers, if there is a faith and surrender to your teacher, to your guru. If you lack that, no matter how talented you are, but you will not be able to become a successful medium for accepting that divine teachings or that divine grace. So again guys, this combination taking place in the Gemini sign is good in so many different ways, whether you talk about on a material way, like for your career, for your growth, for being perceived as someone who's very knowledgeable, someone who is very learned. Regarding that front, it is a good combination. And also guys, when we talk about anything to do with the religion, with the theology, becoming a successful medium, so Jupiter Moon conjunction taking place in Gemini definitely will give you, Jupiter is a planet of expansion as well, it will give you many hobbies, it can also make you very versatile, very multi-talented as well. So regarding that front as well, and the good part is that in the dire times of need, you will be able to amass the support of people around you, and you have this capacity to motivate people. Like a lot many times I keep on coming across in the consultations people who are like a writer, freelance, content creator and all. So you have this capacity, like definitely if you have this combination, you are a YouTuber, you are a writer, so my recommendation is that your work should reflect some sort of motivation. It should uplift, inspire, motivate people, because you are born with that gift. Moving ahead guys, now if you have Jupiter and Moon conjunction taking place in the Cancer sign, so definitely guys, over here as well, Moon is very ripe. It's like a ripe fruit. Your subconsciousness has this capacity to accept that divine grace. You're like a walking embodiment of divine grace. Again guys, trust me, if your Jupiter is bad, forcefully your family might put you in that ashram of a guru. You will end up even stealing and teaching, stealing there. And if your Jupiter is strong, even if you will be put in a very despicable place, you will come out from there getting some inspiration for doing something better. That okay, how these people are wasting their lives, can I do something to help them, to save them? Or after seeing their deplorable condition, how I can safeguard myself and others. So there's always a way of looking at a brighter things in the life. So the point which I'm saying over here is that your Moon is very impressionable and conjunct with an exalted Jupiter. So a well-placed Moon is telling about your subconsciousness, impressionability, because guys, when we talk about Moon, it's not only about what we are thinking, it's like you are completely aligned with the universal changes. and because it is surrounded by exalted Jupiter, so you will only attract the goodness from all around you, from all of your surrounding environment. So again guys, in any capacity, when we talk about artistic creative talents or theology, philosophy, law, banking, finance, in whichever field you will be a very good student at a time, because the way we say this thing in Sanatan Dharma, in Hinduism, a life of a person is divided in 4 categories, like when you are bachelor up to a age, then you in a household duties, then you have to fulfill all the responsibilities and be ready to renounce, give away your responsibility, hand over it to the next generation, and lastly is the final sannyas. So I mean to say, in all the stages of the life you will perform good. When you will be a student, you will be a good student. When you will be a householder, you will be a good householder. When you have to be accountable for your employees and all, you will be good in that. And ultimately, when you will renounce everything, then also you will be completely focused, attuned and attached with the goodness of the world, like with the not someone who is running away from responsibilities in the name of God, who definitely wants to embrace God and divinity in its full glory. So this is what this combination represents. Trust me guys, I still remember when first time I moved to Canada. So this guy, he was a Cancer Lagna with Moon and Jupiter in the first house, and the minute he started his Jupiter Dasha, I literally saw how his life transformed. So such a good combination taking place in your first house. His profession, he got a very good spouse, and every aspect of his life, sudden upliftment over there. And definitely he has a very likable, helpful personality as well. So this is what this combination tells about. And with Jupiter being exalted, Moon being in such a good dignity, it's like a blessing which should be best utilized as. See guys, when it comes down to Saturn, even if you are not taking any interest in religion or religious acts or activities, it's still fine. A strong strengthened Saturn will still give you that awakened Kundalini. It will still give you that interest in yoga, meditation, spirituality, good virtues, ethics and all. But when it comes down to Jupiter, the name of the god has to be there. Some sort of activities which is which is a gesture towards your love and surrender to the divinity needs to be inculcated. So with this kind of combination, staying very firm in your religious discipline and faith will become very important. And yes, is going to be a very likable personality around whom everyone wants to be there. Now guys, when we talk about this conjunction taking place in the Leo sign, so definitely guys, Leo is a very royal sign. Now definitely this is a kind of a combination where native will have this capacity to shine, glow and glorify the field in which he will be in. Like there are those people, like the way we say this thing, that you are famous in that skill or field, or there are certain ways we say because of you that skill or the teaching of your guru, the name of your guru became famous, so you were such a good disciple. So regarding that front, it is a very good combination. And guys, when we talk about Leo, regality, royalty, having that unique identity, all of that comes into picture. So this combination taking place in the Leo is a very good alignment for becoming a very good inspiring, uplifting leader in whichever field you are operating. And definitely guys, when we talk about the energy of the Leo, it has got very strong magnetism attached to it as well. But in lot many times what happen, see, if you want people to respect you, you need Saturn to be in a strengthened state. All what you want is people to know you, to be famous and people know you. That is sun, a strong sun. So here I'm talking about that definitely people will know you, and they will know you for good reasons, and even behind your back they will be talking good about you. So regarding good artistic creative talents, having that unique identity, becoming a very good leader, becoming a very good advisor, very good student, regarding that it is a good combination. Now guys, let's say for example, if you have Jupiter and Moon conjunction taking place in the Virgo, so definitely guys, Virgo has got everything to do with the health, with the herbs, with the healing, with the discipline, meticulous approach towards life. Now this is kind of a combination where, like the way I mentioned this thing, that any of the divine teachings which will come to you, you will inculcate that in your lifestyle. I still remember guys, at my home we have been doing havan. My dad, like, because I was in Canada, and so my dad has been doing havan like every day from the past 13 years. And I still remember the satsang where my dad used to go, that like enlightened guru teacher, he used to emphasize more on doing havan every day. It should happen every day at home. And my father, he is a Virgo moon and a Hasta moon, means Hasta nakshatra. So Hasta people are very like disciplined, very meticulous, turning their life into a clock, following everything as per the hour, as per the minute, and he's still following it. So this is what I'm saying. If you have this combination, so whatever good teaching will be given to you, you will very strongly inculcate that in your lifestyle. And guys, when we talk about Virgo in a way, because it is the original Kalpurush Kundali's 6th house energy as well. So somehow little bit of our daily life. So like the way I mentioned this thing, if your Jupiter is strengthened, you do not even have to go to an ashram. You can get the inspiration even from the smaller dealings of the life, smaller trivial things of the life as well. Like the way Lord Dattatreya, he made different aspect of nature, animals and all as his guru, as his teacher. So that's what I'm saying, that if you have this combination, how to find inspiration in your daily life, you have that in you. How to strongly assimilate, absorb the good teachings. Like the way it's not only about the guru only. All these days the motivational speakers and all, we watch those videos, they are granting some knowledge, they are advising us to do certain things. A lot many people, they listen, they like that content, but they forget. But this is a kind of a combination where you will be able to inculcate that in your life as well, and that's how your life will transform or your life will change. So it is a good combination. Now guys, when we talk about the Jupiter moon conjunction taking place in the Libra, so guys, definitely Libra is my favorite sign, and Libra is a very commerce driven sign as well. It's a very relationship oriented sign as well. So majority of your teachings and learnings in the life, inspiration in your life, will come from your network circle. Regarding that front, it is a very good combination. And again guys, whether people will accept this or not, but Jupiter also represents the sustenance of any relationship, your capacity to look at the brighter things in the life, and also to adjust even in the face of any crisis. So regarding that front, it is a good combination that from the relationship, from your network, you will get the inspiration, you will actually learn a lot, and which will play a very pivotal role in transforming your life. Second thing is that even for any of your commercial interest, like this is going to be a person who will be always overwhelmed with new ideas, who will be always open towards making amendments, going with the flow, and divine surrender is going to be very strengthened. And trust me guys, these are among those people, when they become like all the millionaires and billionaires who have big charities running on their name, like whether a lot of those which we know, and there are like so many of the charities which are being done anonymously. So this is those kind of people. So it is a good combination. Whether you talk about giving you a very respectful personality, a very likable person, but also demonstrating strong human good virtues, along with in the religious lines as well, doing something very uplifting. Now guys, when we talk about this combination taking place in the Scorpio, so now guys, definitely these are among those people, because whenever moon is in the Scorpio, some sort of the religious ritual also comes into play. Okay, like there is one aspect where you just go to temple, you just go to church, you just go to mosque, and that is enough for you. But the Scorpio influence somehow make people, you know, a believer of Vastu, believer of palmistry, believer of astrology, doing certain changes in the life, wearing gemstones, wearing Rudraksh. So now this could be in other alignments, this could be just for your pure unconditional love for the universe, for the God, for the divinity, and in certain cases to elevate, reduce your suffering, reduce your pain, then you seek refuge in all these things. So this is one of such combination. Definitely guys, like these days, like the way I keep on coming across, because for me, I'm born with this trust and faith in the God. I do not need any validation over there. But like these days I see a lot many people, they are digging deep into all these you know, our religious text, and they are trying and proving the relevance of it, validating the date and the timeline, which I respect a lot. I respect and I appreciate their endeavors. So this is among those kind of combinations which you will find. Scorpio has got everything to do with the research. Your mind is involved over there, and because Jupiter is close to it, so researching and trying to find the logic and using all these hacks like gemstone, rudraksha beads, and all these vastu remedies in the home to remove their suffering or to get the things done or to get what they want, they aspire for. So regarding that front, it is a good combination. So guys, the good part, the best part about this is that Moon in the Scorpio is it's borderline. It's very prone towards getting hurt, getting vindictive, getting revengeful, aggressive, and depression, all these negative toxic emotions which are not healthy for you. But Jupiter is close to it. That means you have the capacity to get out of it very fast, to look like even if any suffering, any hurtful thing happened to you, how to look at the brighter and bigger things in it, how to see the divine play into it, that it must have something good in store. That is the only reason I lost my job. So this is that sort of combination. So yes guys, with Jupiter Moon in the Scorpio, it's like a very good blessing which you have. Now guys, when we talk about Jupiter Moon conjunction taking place in the Sagittarius, definitely guys, it's a very good combination. Like I have met many and I've seen the charts of many religious preachers, priests who become the head of the religious institutions, even in the fields of law, who become the chief justice and all. In their charts, this kind of combination, like Jupiter Moon being in the Sagittarius sign. So it is a very good combination. Definitely guys, your moon is already very uplifted. It has the capacity to look at the brighter, bigger things in the life, and because it is surrounded by Jupiter and Jupiter is placed in its own sign, so that means the wisdom will come to you. You do not have to go anywhere. That only happens when the sign lord is somewhere else. Sign lord is well disposed, moon is conjunct with it, both are very comfortable. So it's a very good combination. Like I would say that this is a combination of a life devoted to good deeds, good ethics, learning, inspiring other people, and a very inspirational life. Like if other aspect in the chart are not afflicting it, I would say that native will perform all of his duties in his life with a complete perfectionist way. A good son, a good father, a good employee, a good neighbor. So all the good qualities and virtues can be attached to this combination. And definitely you can be a very good instrument for the divine will to operate through you. Now guys, when we talk about Jupiter Moon conjunction taking place in the Capricorn, so definitely guys, over here the little bit of the vulnerability which comes, that Jupiter gets debilitated over here. So more than the religious and the virtuous side of the Jupiter, the materialistic side will dominate over here as well. So like native will definitely going to be very career oriented, very driven in life, and the good part is that he will use the optimism of Jupiter in order to not only progress in the life, but in order to inspire others as well. So over here we cannot attach this, like I would say this thing, that there's nothing good or bad in that. Like there are like those saints who are unconditionally concerned about their own elevation, their own enlightenment, and also to guide and inspire, educate others. And there are those like saints we keep on coming across. They are more in a horde of I should make one ashram, I should make one from one ashram to another ashram, one institution to another institution, a chain of institution. And in many times it has been seen that they are very much driven towards being in the camera. A story needs to be done on them, their face has to be in the newspaper and all. So that sort of things will definitely prevail. Now there's nothing wrong in that. It is still the promotion of something good through you, but it all comes down to individual to individual. For some people this looks like to be that being a religious person, why do you need to promote or market yourself so much, why you are inclined towards this so much? And for certain people it's fine as long as it is the goodness which is being spread in the world. So yes, and definitely even if we will keep aside religion and all the virtues, like to become a judge in the fields of judiciary, and to do something good, like become a CEO of a company and all, become a very good leader and do something and achieve and accomplish things which you have set out for. So I would say that in this regard, this can be seen as a good combination. But guys, the only concern over here is that because it is a sign which is being ruled by the planet Saturn, so definitely you will be a reservoir of all the knowledge and the wisdom. But even after that, no matter how much Jupiter wants to grant you the blessing and growth and success or prosperity, but Saturn comes into play over here, so you still have to earn it. You still have to be patient and you have to work hard. Like if you have this combination taking place in the Cancer, in the Leo, even in the Taurus, things can be achieved with much ease and grace. But because Saturn has come into play, you still have to be patient, you have to work hard, but chances of attainment of the success tend to remain very strong. And the good thing is that your mind is always going to be driven towards your identity, your social projection, endeavors, and you will be surrounded and guided, inspired by right set of people as well all around you. They might be materialistic, but they will definitely play a very important role in connecting the dots for you. Now guys, when we talk about the Jupiter Moon conjunction taking place in the Aquarius, so now guys, definitely Aquarius is a very mystical sign, but the good part is that whether we talk about the Aquarius sign or in the original Kalpurush Kundli, the house which correspond with it, which is the 11th house, majority of the planets function good if they are either placed in the 11th house or they are in the Aquarius sign. So that in itself means that. And again guys, these days all the new age mentors, guru and teachers and the knowledge being spread through technology and all, so regarding that front, it is a good combination. Again guys, in today's day and age, if you want to have a mass reach, it is not that difficult, but enabling and involving technology and being adept in that becomes very important. So I would say this thing, that with this combination, like these days we see all the education tech sector where so many of the coaching institutes, so much of the motivational and training tutorials kind of content is being spread in YouTube, in social media and all. So regarding that front, it is a good combination. Exchange of knowledge in any form, whether you are on a side where you are giving the knowledge or whether you are gaining in life because of receiving knowledge through this platform, it is a good combination. And again guys, the good part about the Moon Jupiter taking place in the Aquarius is that your capacity to do good something for the society, your capacity to give back to the society. A lot many times we have come across people who come from very humble beginning, but after they are successful, either the commitments in the life, their responsibilities and all, which do not give them much time, or they do not intend for it. But this is a kind of a combination where definitely native will be very spiritual, a true humanitarian, and who want to share his fortune with the less fortunate ones in the society as well. And definitely guys, enabling technology and rising and growing in the life, because of that, it is a good combination. And again guys, at the beginning of the video, like the way I mentioned this thing, that Jupiter is a planet of beyond optimism, forgiveness, compassion. So native will also demonstrate all these virtues as well. He will be very quick to forgive, forget, and being very compassionate, looking at the brighter and bigger things in the life. So, and surrendering himself to the divine will, benefiting in the life because of his reputation in the society, because of the contribution, support coming in from the friends. So it is a good combination. And lastly guys, if you have Jupiter Moon conjunction taking place in the Pisces sign, so now definitely guys, Jupiter has got a rulership over the Pisces sign, but the way energy of Jupiter manifests its results, it is different from compared to how Jupiter behave when it is in the Cancer, when it is in the Sagittarius, when it is in the Scorpio. Pisces is Jupiter's own territory, but Pisces has got very mystical way of expressing energy, where the third power, other dimension also comes into play. Your ancestors, your guardian angels, whatever you call it, they also come into picture. But guys, the good part over here is that native will be well guided by the nature, by the omens. And I would say this thing, that with this kind of combination, you have to stay ritualistic and you have to be very consciously aware aware. My only one recommendation to someone who has this combination in the Pisces is that doing meditation, gaining that sort of conscious awareness. Like the way, guys, we say this thing: when you pray, you talk to the God. When you meditate, you listen to the God. So with this combination in the Pisces, this sort of lifestyle becomes very important. And I would say this thing, that if along with that you are a very religiously minded person who does a lot of the religious austerities as well. This could be the Havan, this could be going to the temple, going for the prayers every Sunday. If you have those kind of inculcated virtues and all, so all the prophetic dreams and omens will definitely support you. And also, guys, when we talk about the higher principles and wisdom in the life, so you have got this capacity to forgive people very easily, being very compassionate, being very empathetic, and receiving right set of guidance from very elevated, enlightened people regarding that front as well. And again, guys, I would say this thing, that see, enlightenment is a altogether different way of looking at things. Even when we talk about awakened Kundalini, it's extremely difficult. It's very even difficult to uplift it beyond your first chakra as well. So I mean to say, with the prominence of Sagittarius, you might run into people, okay, they have very virtuous lifestyle, they are very devoted towards religion and all the religious teachings and all. But when we talk about Pisces energy, Jupiter being over there, then you will attract the energy of the Guru in those forms which are beyond human understanding. So I would say this thing, that regarding this front, it is a good combination. And like the way I mentioned, only one piece of advice for you guys: doing meditation becomes more important, and the conscious awareness, honoring the omens. If something like where you are about to take some important step, and all the omens are happening, all the circumstances are happening negative, it means there is a signal, there is a message from the universe. And if something you are not very inclined towards, and all the omens are happening in that direction, so acknowledge that omen, because you will never be mistaken over there, you will never be misguided over there. So yes, guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For furthermore updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.